In national headlines, President Trump signed an executive order Thursday targeting domestic terrorism networks and organized political violence. Trump saying the order will work to tackle, quote, anarchists from the left and the groups funding them.
That doesn't sound like much, does it? Just the president signing an executive order to fight against a local problem. Or is it? Because when you take even a cursory look at National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, or NSPM 7 as they're calling it in Washington, a lot of things with a lot of far-reaching implications start to jump off the page at you. The first is that this is possibly the biggest internal power grab we have witnessed by a US president in our lifetime. Typically, when the empire's presidents wish to wield unconstitutional power, they couch it in layers of bureaucracy and legalese that would give you a headache trying to figure it out. Not Trump. With a stroke of his pen, he has not only effectively declared war on any domestic institutions, organizations, or individuals that fundamentally oppose his agenda, but he has also effectively criminalized them through the back door by creating incredibly vague definitions for what a terrorist is now. Domestic terrorism, according to NSPM 7, now includes expressing support for ideas like anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity, support for the overthrow of the United States government, extremism on migration, extremism on race, extremism on gender, hostility toward those who hold traditional American views on family, hostility to those who hold traditional American views on religion, and hostility to those who hold traditional American views on morality. Do you see the problem here? Does being a vocal trade unionist, for example, qualify someone as an anti-capitalist, which would then make them a terrorist under the wording of this executive order? And what are the thresholds for any of these things that would make them constitute domestic terrorism? Apparently nobody knows.
There isn't a lot of appetite for this kind of thing. There isn't a lot of appetite for this kind of like mass apprehension, right? But the goal is to manufacture some kind of consent for the federal government to start apprehending and arresting anyone and everyone that has remotely demonstrated empathy at any point. This tactic sounds familiar if you are aware of how America's allies have worked, or puppet states, dictatorships, fascist forms of governance all around the world that we've aligned with. We have done this everywhere else. It's called the Jakarta method for a reason. It was first implemented in Jakarta. Now we are turning that same scrutiny and same principled authoritarian fascist technique to the domestic front. Fascism is colonialism turned inward, and this is fascism.
NSPM 7 is actually a full frontal attack on the US First Amendment, and it's an important sign that we are at this stage of imperial collapse, where the empire has lost the ability to pretend to uphold certain ideals and is now retreating full speed into regular old fascism. We're long past imperial boomer right now. We're at the part of the story where the empire is building large detention camps and preparing to turn itself into the exact fascist police state that it has spent decades creating in other people's countries. It's now deploying surveillance equipment recently tested on Palestinians on its own streets. And most interestingly of all, the open-ended wording of these newfangled terrorism offenses makes it such that predictive policing has effectively become a reality. So now if you live in the imperial core, you're about to witness Minority Report happen in real life. No First Amendment, no checks and balances, just an angry, naked emperor pushing every button available to him. Welcome to the reality that the rest of us have always lived in.